الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله. الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك ولعظيم سلطانك. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله على ما أنعمت وأوليت يا رب العالمين. اللهم كما أنعمت فأدم وزدنا من نعمك واجعلنا من الشاكرين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة، تركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. صل اللهم عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن اهتدى بهديه واتبع سنته واقتفى أثره بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، قد روى الإمام البخاري في كتابه الأدب المفرد عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن وفد عبد قيس عندما جاء المدينة بينهم رجل يقال له الأشج. قال له النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام: إن فيك لخلقين يحبهما الله. قال: ما هما يا رسول الله؟ قال: الحلم والحياء. وفي الروايات التي تلت عند البخاري في الأدب المفرد الحلم والأنات. وقد تضافرت الروايات في كتب السنة عن هذين الخلقين. So it's been narrated in the book of Al-Adab al-Mufrad by Imam al-Bukhari, which is a different book than Sahih Bukhari, that the Prophet ﷺ, when he received a delegation, more likely as the historian says, from Bahrain, year 8 or 10, we have some differences in narrations. The delegation came from Bahrain. The chief of the delegation was a person called Al-Mundhir ibn al-Harith or Ibn Amr ibn al-Harith, well known as Al-Ashaj. Al-Ashaj in Arabic, it means the one who has a scar in his face. And the story says that Al-Ashaj, Al-Mundhir ibn al-Harith, when he was young, the donkey kicked him in his face. So he left a mark on his forehead. It's like a small crescent, deep cut on his forehead. So for that reason, he is well known as Ashaj, the one with the scar on his face. So when they came to the Prophet ﷺ, everyone was rushing to greet the Prophet ﷺ, salute him, and shake hands with him, kiss him, except Al-Mundhir. Al-Mundhir was brushing his clothes, cleaning himself up, changing his clothes, and then he came to meet the Prophet ﷺ. And then when he met him, ﷺ, he said, "You have two qualities Allah loves." And he said, "What are these two qualities, Ya Rasulullah?" He said, ﷺ, forbearance and modesty. And the other narration, which is just straight after this in Adab al-Mufrad by Bukhari, it says, Al-Hilmu wal-Anat, forbearance and deliberation. So these two qualities which Allah loves. So the first quality is forbearance, al-hilm. what is forbearance and why did the Prophet ﷺ in public, which is not a common thing, he was mentioning these two qualities for everyone who's attending the mosque and the congregation. And usually he will not praise people ﷺ unless there's something important. So what's the lesson behind this? Why did the Prophet ﷺ in public was praising Al-Ashaj, who's the leader of his tribe? Number one, because these are two good qualities. And the Prophet ﷺ wants to draw the attention for these qualities, for everyone to copy. And for the person who has these qualities to preserve them and to improve them, to keep and maintain these qualities. So unless you are aware of these qualities, you won't recognize them. So he, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he wants to teach people that these qualities are very important qualities, especially for people who are in charge, for the leaders. Number one is Al-Hilm. And one of Allah's names, Al-Halim, the one who overlooks our mistakes and faults. So we need to copy this quality or this attribute from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into our character by overlooking and forgiving mistakes and shortcomings from others, to be able to move on and flip the page and start a new page with somebody who wronged you. He has good things and he has some bad things, bad stuff, as all of us. So if we were to stuck into just the bad things which we have received from people, no one will be able to talk to anyone. Because definitely we have received many bad things from many people around us. Very close friends, families, you name it. So if this is the case, then we are not able to communicate with anyone, which is a very wrong thing to do. So this is why he's saying, alayhi salatu wasalam, al-hilm. So we need this hilm. And the book of Khatib al-Baghdadi, Tarikh Baghdad, he narrated in a good chain of transmitters. Khatib al-Baghdadi في تاريخ بغداد روى عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن أبي هريرة عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما العلم بالتعلم وإنما الحلم بالتحلم. Knowledge, so who wants knowledge, he has to seek it. And who wants forbearance, he has to learn it. So yes, you can learn how to be a person of forbearance. I'm pretty sure some of us are more into forbearance than others. Some of us are very quick in anger, and some of us are more in control of their anger. So those who are more in control of their anger, this is a good quality. This is what we call hilm. So he's able to control his anger, not to just explode his anger. So this is so important quality, especially for those who are in the position of leadership, because you will be dealing with different people, with different mistakes, with different shortcomings and so on. So you need to have this quality in order to channelize the goodness in everyone. And the second quality which the Prophet ﷺ mentioned is al-anat, deliberation. Not to rush into things quickly. Calm down, think about it. In Arabic we say count to 10. Yes? So count to 10 before. Of course, don't say 110. Yeah? Count to 10. Slowly think about it before you rush into it. Because rushing and hastiness, it's a quality Allah hates. Allah hates hastiness. So those who are hasty, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, al-mumbat, the hasty person, He wants everything to be done quickly, quickly, quickly. Calm down, calm down. Let's do it. Of course, it shouldn't take a million years to finish, but you shouldn't do it in 2 seconds. But this is where this quality comes into place. Al-anat. Think about it, because you do not want to take a decision and then regret it. Especially when it comes to important decisions. Because those who are not with this quality of deliberation, anat, they will always do the wrong decisions, take the wrong decisions, do the wrong thing, because they will do it quickly and they'll discover later, I wish I took my time, I wish I thought about it, I wish I wouldn't. Calm down. You have the time, all the time. Think about it, don't rush it. So the Prophet ﷺ wants to teach the community that you have to be careful, not to rush into things and not to be hasty. The story of that person, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, إِنَّ الْمُنْبَتَّ لَا أَرْضًا قَطَعْ وَلَا ظَهْرًا أَبْقَى. That hasty person who wants to travel in 2 seconds the distance of 100 miles, so he decided not to stop, not to give the vehicle which he is driving at that time, camel be it or a horse, not to give it any rest. So the vehicle was broken, he couldn't finish his journey, and he lost his vehicle. This is one of the bad qualities which leads to harm. So he wants something good, he has a good intention, I'm not doubting the intention, but the execution of this is completely wrong. So what takes 3 days, you can't do in 1 day. You can't. Unless you just want to do it quickly and then you later on discover you have plenty of mistakes and faults which you cannot rectify. Take your time, think about it, do it properly. So the Prophet ﷺ, he is teaching us, teaching the community, that in order to be a person of leadership, not necessarily to be in the parliament to be a leader, but you are in your house a leader, I hope so. You are in your job a leader, you are in your school a leader, and so on and so forth. So we need to have these qualities: forbearance and deliberation. Not to be hasty, and to be able to forgive and forget about some mistakes and open a new page with those who are good people, but they committed some mistakes, not deliberately, out of probably hastiness sometimes. Here you go. So you give them another chance. As you want to be given another chance if you are in their position. And the other quality which he mentioned, alayhi salatu wasalam, al-haya, moderation or modesty. So to be a leader doesn't mean you have the quality of arrogance, which we might see sometimes, probably many times, let alone Trump and the rest. And you see this arrogance all over the place because he's the leader. No. You should be humble. You should be modest. And this is one of the best qualities for the leaders. So this is why he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, al-hilmu wal-haya. So forbearance and, in the first narration, and modesty. Being modest is important. Why? Because Allah is the one who has pride and kibr, not the people. People should not act with arrogance. Whatever you have, even if you have triple PhDs from the best universities. You shouldn't act with arrogance. It's a given from Allah Azza wa Jal. He allowed you to be in that position, and He can just like this take it from you. So act with modesty. Otherwise, you will be prevented from that. Be it your intelligence, be it your power, be it your name, your reputation, whatever it might be the case, which might lead some people to arrogance. Act with modesty, Allah will elevate your status in the dunya and in the akhirah. So this is why He's saying that these qualities Allah loves. If Allah loves these qualities, and why we are shunning away from these qualities? We have to do our best to learn how to be more into hilm, forbearance, how to be more into ana, not to rush things up, and how to be more modest and humble. And you say sometimes this person is very down to earth. Yes, you like this quality. People do like humble people. He's just sitting with us, he's eating with us, he's one of us. Or that person who's just acting with arrogance as we are insects around him. No one likes him. Everyone hates him because he's an arrogant person. But those leaders who belong to people, people love them. They have the quality of modesty, haya, and tawadu'. And in the hadith, Prophet ﷺ says, "Man tawada'a lillahi rafa'ahu Allah." Whoever is humble towards Allah, Allah will elevate his status, which is a fact. We have seen this first-hand experience with many people around you. People do love modest people around them and hate arrogant people. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to enable us to follow these footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ and adopt the quality of forbearance and deliberation and modesty. Amin. Alhamdulillah wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalamu ala al-nabiy al-mustafa wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man bi'ahdihi wa wafa. Someone might say, I do not have these qualities, or I might have one but not two or three of these qualities. What do I do? The very first thing, to be honest, is make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, I have these shortcomings in my character, be it hastiness or the like of it. Enable me to be a person of good qualities, like our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Beg Allah Azza wa Jal to enable you to control your anger, for instance, if you are a very angry person. Enable you to control your hastiness, if you are a very hasty person, and so on. So whatever might be the case, first start and ask Allah with sincerity, and Allah Azza wa Jal will respond. The second thing is to try. Not enough the dua alone. We need to combine with dua action. Yes, it is important, first step, but we need to follow it up with other steps. Second thing, we need to try, train ourselves. As the Prophet ﷺ in the hadith says, إِنَّمَا الْحِلْمُ بِالتَّحَلُّمِ. To be a person of forbearance, you need to learn and train yourself. Train yourself. Put a target for yourself. This week, I will control my anger, for instance. I will forgive those who have wronged me, and so on. So train yourself. Put a target and start step by step. Inshallah, you can do it, but you need to set baby steps, small targets, and then we can take it further. Inshallah ta'ala. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make our character a better character, especially this very new year. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us better people this year than the previous year. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us closer to Him this year more than the previous year. اللهم يا رب يا رحمن يا بديع السماوات والأرض يا ذا الجلال والإكرام، اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ارزقنا الحلم والأناة والتواضع يا رب العالمين، وارزقنا الحياء وحسن الخلق يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم ارحمنا فإنك بنا راحم، ولا تعذبنا فإنك علينا قادر. اللهم الطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير، ثبتنا على دينك وطاعتك وصراطك المستقيم يا رب العالمين. اللهم هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم استرنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض. اللهم إنا نسألك يا الله يا الله أن ترزقنا حلالا طيبا. اللهم ارزقنا حلالا طيبا واستعملنا صالحا. وصلي وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم، ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.